Hey folks, how you doing? This is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce right here for the 8th of May, 2014. How are you? Doing good? Awesome. Hey, couple of things. Oh my God, not a couple of things, a whole lot of stuff. Whole lot of things. I'm hearing rumors, and let me specify this, they are only rumors. I have not validated the claims yet. But I hear that Washington, D.C. and the White House are implementing Sharia law, which is destructive to any type of freedom of anything whatsoever in the United States of America. If that is true, and I will validate this later, but if that is true, then we got a huge problem on our hands. And that problem will be solved by the American people. That problem will be solved when the American people get up off their ass and go do something. Okay? Now, here is some of what I've heard so far from posts I've seen on Facebook and other social networks. That the only solution to the problem that we have with those radical jihadists is to turn their country into glass. This is also unproductive, counterproductive, however you want to put it. Because there is let's just say this. I understand the emotions that are being driven by the state-run media, by the, by what is being said. I understand that. But facts are facts, folks. I've noticed in the last 6 months or so, longer than that, but specifically in the last 6 months or so, I'm seeing more posts on Facebook and other social networks where people are actually being beheaded by radical jihadists, or at least that's what the story is. I've seen pictures of, people getting hung, and, just atrocities across the globe. But here's something else I'm seeing. I'm seeing people like veteran Adam Kokesh getting his Facebook page taken down, or Alex Jones having his YouTube channel deleted or whatever, or suspended, or a number of people, Pete Santilli being, criticized and reamed for telling the truth and all this. Here's what I'm seeing, folks. I'm seeing a total and absolute act of war on the part of the state-run media in their propaganda machine. They're ramping this up to nth degrees to get us all pissed off to take the first shot. I'll be the first to admit, I've thought about literally calling people to arms and saying, we need to go put an end to Sharia law, to all this Muslim radical jihadist bullcrap. I'm guilty of that, folks, and I apologize. But the facts are the facts. The facts are the facts. It's there. Okay? It's right out there in front of your face. Here's what I'm talking about. Post on Facebook. Everybody got a Facebook. Everybody loves that. And everybody's addicted to all the games and crap like that. But I see more posts of animals being hurt. I'm seeing more posts of people being hurt. All this destructive visual information to cause a stir in the emotions of people, and I'm guilty of that, to react in such a way to where people are going to finally get up, get locked and loaded, and go out and start beating people up. Can you say race war? This has happened before in the 60s. This has happened before. And it's happened in the 50s, and it's happened, during the World War I probably, and definitely World War II. I've seen that history. Also in the protest against Vietnam. I've seen it. And it's the exact same playbook they use every single time. They want you, the people of America, to stand up and take the first shot so the POS government in Washington, D.C., can now, right now, today, if people were to rise up and begin this whole, business of going out and taking care of what we have to take care of. And if the citizens stood up and began to invoke every single God-given right they have for self-preservation and protection, the federal government would crack down on us by suspending the Constitution and the Bill of Rights of the United States of America and implement martial law. That is their goal. They want us to take the first shot. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not taking the first shot. That's just insane. I'm not going to do it. But I can say this. I can say this. That at some point, it's going to happen. At some point, our federal government is going to pull the trigger, figuratively speaking, and cause the rest of the American people to stand up and do what they have to do. Well, folks, welcome to the new revolution. I don't even want to call it revolution number 2, part 2. I don't, because it's not. It's totally different this time. Back then, in 1773, 74, 75, culminating in 1776, it was 3% of the population of the colonies then that stood up against King George because he wanted to tax, what? Your breakfast beverage? Yeah, tea. And we're all pissed off that we're being taxed too much. Folks, let me tell you something. You have your head so far up your ass that when you fart, you give yourself a migraine. You people need to wake the hell up now. Oh, you're just a fearmonger. You're a racist. You're this. You're that. You know what? I have friends of every race, creed, color, and every race, creed, religion, philosophy, you name it. They're my friends. I have Asian friends, Mexican friends, black friends. Guess what? We love each other. We'll stick up for one another. We'll give the shirt off each other's back to help somebody else out. And I guarantee you that if you ever call me a racist again, I'm going to climb down your throat so fast that it's going to make your drill sergeant look like freaking Tinkerbell, cupcake. So I don't want to hear it anymore. You people are frickin' morons. How many times do you have to go out and get a paper or read in a paper that somebody's been hurt in your town? How many times do you have to see in your town on your local news that somebody else was shot by a teenager with a gun? How much more are you going to take? I've had it. Personally, I don't want to hear what is coming out of Washington, D.C. I already know what's coming out of Washington, D.C. Crap is coming out of Washington, D.C. Matter of fact, we don't need Washington, D.C. We need to cut that whole place off, that whole 10-mile square area, and drop it into the Atlantic. What we need to do is bring our soldiers home. We need to bring our military home, put them here in America, and tell the rest of the world, hey, you're on your own. We're not going to give you any more money anymore. We're not going to give you military help. We're not going to give you anything because you are on your own. You put your foot in your own crap. Now it's time for you to clean it off. We're not coming in and taking care of it anymore. Oh, you got people that are dying over there? Well, hey, we'll do the humanitarian thing and we'll help you out in that fashion, but we're not sending you any military. I'm sorry. We got how many bases all over the world? 163 bases or something like that? Is that what it is? I don't know. We need to tell the Mexican government, well, we need to negotiate with them and just say, your people need to stay there. Because what part of the United States is broke, don't you understand? Some statistics that I've seen in the past 6 months to a year, I've looked at these things and I thought, well, that's kind of strange because what happened was in the last, I would say going back 2 or 3 years actually, is that, Mexicans would come over here illegally, come over here, get over here, manage to get wherever it is they need to go. They try to find work and they can't, so they go back to Mexico. They self-deport. Why? Because there ain't crap here, okay? It's just, That's the other thing. The United States of America was built upon entrepreneurship, was built upon somebody deciding for themselves that they wanted to start their own business and went and did it. That's how America was built. Innovation, creation, resources, that's how this country was built. But here's the thing. We've become so overregulated that now it's hard for anybody to get a business of their own. Because now they got to deal with, the overburdened tax system, and they have to deal with being inundated with rules and regulations, and now they have to deal with the Affordable Care Act. So instead of sitting there making money and helping your family or helping yourself be a part of society and your community, and making a living for yourself on your own, you can still do that, but half of everything you make is going to go to this corrupt government that we have, both nationally and locally. So, what is the problem here, folks? What is the problem? People criticize me for things they don't understand because they don't take the time to even get a clue in their head that they need to sit down and talk with me for a little bit. And I come here on this show and I tell you the things that I know, and still I get criticized. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care what people think of me personally. You know why? Because they have preconceived ideas already. They can just look at me and go, well, this is what you are, because I've seen people. Really? Put some information on the table. We'll talk about it. Okay, what am I? And that's what I tell people. What am I? Tell me what I am. And I can tell you right now, out of 10 things that they can find that they think they know about me, I can shoot every single one of them out of existence. All 10 things are completely and absolutely wrong. I mean, anybody that's close to me that's my friend knows. And I've had people listen to other people criticize me for things they didn't understand, and my friends stepped up to the plate and defended me and said, wait a minute, he's not like that at all. And here's the point. On a personal level, here's the point. People don't like truth or facts. They don't. I do. I love them. I really think that it's important to be honest, to have integrity, to be upfront and truthful and factual with people. Mama didn't raise no fool, and I was educated very well. So anybody that wants to lie, cheat, steal, and take from you your rights and your liberties, and tell you that you have to do this and this and this and this, and oh, by the way, we're going to shove some Sharia law in your face. No. You do that to anybody in the United States of America, it's going to make Rambo look like a Boy Scout. Okay? I guarantee you that. There's only two things that you have to realize. One, you're being lied to. Accept it. That's just the way it is. Your state-run media, your propaganda machines of the Soros government-backed state-run media is lying to you all the way around. It doesn't matter. Just accept it. And the other thing you need to accept is that people are completely brain dead when it comes to any type of, political, thought or anything of that nature. And you can always tell those people right off because they're the ones with the baseball caps, with their favorite team on it, and they know the stats from every, league that you can think of. And that's exactly what George Orwell talked about. Inundate them with useless information. I say it that way. George Orwell didn't say that. I did. Inundate them with useless information. Put them on a fast track to be attracted to things that really don't matter, that only feeds the flesh, that doesn't create a better mind. In other words, dumb them down. Put together certain things that would push them away from anything that would help them understand what's going on around them. Put them in menial types of work. Educate them to the point of having them be able to run the machines, but just dumb enough not to take over. Okay? There's a book out called Problems of Work. I really want you to go read that. That explains it perfectly. Also, read 1984 from George Orwell or Aldous Huxley's Animal Farm. Folks, I'm being honest with you. I am being totally honest with you. Either get your ass up and go do something to change your environment, or your environment with the criminal leaders that you've allowed to be there will screw you in a minute. And I guarantee you, you won't like the outcome. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. It's my little rant for today, folks. So I want to encourage you to come listen to the Views Expressed live, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, on Spreaker.com, also on WakingUpTheMasses.com, and on 1610 a.m. in the Chickamauga, Georgia area. Go to freeamericaradio.us for more information. Go to WakingUpTheMasses.com for more information as well. That's the Views Expressed live, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I got more to say, folks, and holy crap, I got 2 hours to say it. And I read you articles, I give you my opinions, I show you what's behind the curtain and who's pushing the buttons and pulling the handles. And I can tell you, you're not going to be surprised as to who's doing that. Anyway, folks, there are things that have to be done, and literally you have to decide whether or not you want to do it. You have to decide what side of the fence you want to be on. Either be on the side where the fascists, the dictators, the radical jihadists are, or be on the side of the patriots that want freedom and liberty in America, much like what our founding fathers wanted back in the 1700s. And by the way, the Constitution and the Bill of Rights were ratified December 15th, 1791. I had to remember the year on that one. And it was changed to the Corporation of the United States in 1871. Go check it out. Go check it out. 15 years after we had a Declaration of Independence, we had a Constitution and the Bill of Rights. 90 years later, 1791 and 1871. Yeah, 80 years later. My math is so bad today. 80 years later, the corporations take over. So check that one out. Anyway, if you have any questions, no question is off limits. Ask me anything you like. If I don't know, I will tell you I don't know. You can email me at freeamericaradio@usa.com. freeamericaradio@usa.com. You can go to the website at freeamericaradio.us. And remember, the views expressed live, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, on Spreaker.com, freeamericaradio.us, wakingupthemasses.com, and also broadcasting live throughout the Chickamauga, Georgia area on 1610 a.m. So check that out, folks. I got to tell you, let's make it easy on yourself. Don't allow the environment to change you. Change your environment for the better. Guaranteed you're going to like that particular outcome. Folks, email me, freeamericaradio@usa.com. The website is freeamericaradio.us. Have a great day.